you for joining us. Matt Johnson alongside Bailey Nygaard and our entire crew here with Yellow Jacket TV. Hoping you enjoy the broadcast here. By the way, the opening kick today, as always, is sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway, and we are underway. The Yellow Jackets and the Knights. Regular season finale for both squads. Yellow Jackets off to the UMAC tournament after this. Meanwhile, the Knights will close out their season here with this one here this afternoon. And this one now goes over the end line. And we will have a goal kick here coming up for Patrick Sessions. Got the shutout yesterday against Bethany Lutheran. He gets the start here today. One of the seniors in the lineup for UWS. And before we go too far, I want to send a special shout out to Fiona Wiles, who is watching back in England. I was informed by her husband that the mother of Jacob Wiles is watching back in England. Again, it is pretty late at night, I would think, across the pond. So thank you for watching, Fiona. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Here's your son on the ball right now with the right foot. Jacob Wiles hitting this one over the top. Near side, Freddie Watson on the run. Watson for UWS. Trying to go on the end line. Ends up having it taken away from him and now cleared up the middle. Here's Beckett now. Isaac Beckett for the Yellow Jackets. Inside Taylor Moore. Moore turning it wide on the right foot. Gets a shot away. That could have been called a handball. I'm not sure the center referee saw it. Now Beckett will pump a shot, and that one will go wide and out of play. And Isaac Beckett, Yellow Jackets team captain, looking toward the referee as well, wondering where the call was. UWS coming into this contest having scored 65 goals on the campaign while giving up just 23 through their first 19 games. UWS averaging about 18 shots per game while giving up just under 9 shots per contest. And like I said, looking for their 14th win of the season to go along with 6 losses. In the meantime, now here's Freddie Watson for UWS on the left foot. He'll play it wide. Here's Bryce Bolt. Bolt for the Yellow Jackets. Giving it off now here is Beckett. Beckett back now for Freddie Watson, who actually kind of had a quiet game yesterday against Bethany Lutheran. Rare that Freddie Watson doesn't factor into the contest for UWS. In the meantime now, we will have a corner kick here coming up. Near side, first one of the contest. It'll be an in-swinger here. Be taken here by Watson. In fact, actually, he'll play it short now. Alfie Hudd will leave it off. Here's Watson. Freddie Watson with the left-footed ball across the top of the 18. That one headed away. Now Joel Thomas will collect for the Yellow Jackets. Thomas had 2 assists yesterday against Bethany Lutheran. He sends it to the far side now. Callum Greenan, the sophomore from Duluth, leaves it off. Now left-footed ball in here from Thomas. And the Knights will clear it back up the middle. Ben Lyman there for the Yellow Jackets gets his head to it. And now it'll come all the way back. Lyman for the Yellow Jackets will jog back to retrieve. And UWS now with Alfie Hudd on the right foot. Plays it now in the middle. Here's Isaac Beckett. And Beckett now squaring it. Here's Wiles. Near side now Freddie Watson. Watson for the Jackets. Beckett. And now the Jackets will set it up here. Here's Wiles having a look. Jacob Wiles coming forward. Taylor Moore. Interesting to see what kind of lineup combinations the Yellow Jackets use today. A couple of the regulars are not even dressed today. Rowan Wagner not dressing for the Yellow Jackets. Also not in uniform today is Harvey McLaughlin, 2 guys that normally start for the Jackets and are major contributors. Getting the day off, resting up for the UMAC tournament, which will start this week. In the meantime, we will have a goal kick here coming up for the Knights. This one now coming back toward midfield. Ben Lyman sending it forward. That's Jake Kidd now ranging back. And Kidd now for Callum Greenan. The Yellow Jackets will set up here. Wiles back for Lyman. Lyman now advancing forward. Will cross the center line. Ball now headed down. Here's Bryce Bolt. Bolt for the Yellow Jackets. Now Taylor Moore. And Moore's pass behind Freddie Watson. And we will have a throw now here for the Knights. And lost their last 13 as Martin Luther. So looking for that first win of the season and their season finale. In the meantime, here's the throw now coming in. Here is Isaac Beckett. He'll go outside now for Greenan. Now it's Joel Thomas on the wing. Joel Thomas, native of Cardiff, Wales. Sending it through the middle. That one intercepted. And now Moore will win it back. And UWS will switch the field now near side. Wiles sending it long here. Headed down. Now Beckett. And it'll come now near side corner. And keeping it in is Watson. Freddie Watson now getting a step on the inside. Watson on the left foot. Up the middle now Moore. Playing it back, Alfie Hudd. Hudd for the Jackets. Sent to the edge of the 18 for Watson. Freddie Watson now turning. He'll get a shot away with the left foot. It'll come in on goal. Ball still loose. And Bryce Bolt will pick it up and he will score. Bolt, who had 2 goals the first time these two teams played, sneaks inside. Joshua Calise was able to make the initial save. Couldn't find it, however, and it's poked home by Bolt. It'll be an unassisted tally for Bryce Bolt, his 5th of the season. Coming at 4 minutes and 47 seconds in, and the Yellow Jackets lead it by the score of 1-0. Goal number 66 on the campaign for the Yellow Jackets. Now the Jackets playing in their own end of the field. Here's Alfie Hudd. Hudd will go the outside now for Greenan. Callum Greenan comes across the midfield line. He'll play it to the side. Joel Thomas making a move now. Thomas coming into the 18. He'll get a shot away and he'll score. For Joel Thomas. And it'll be goal number 3 on the season, the assist to Greenan. And it takes the Jackets all of 6 minutes and 29 seconds to take a 2-0 lead here. So 2 goals up on the board now for the Jackets in the first 6 minutes. And they lead it by the score of 2-0. 2 goals less than a minute apart. As Alfie Hudd now trying to angle it right side for the latest goal scorer, Joel Thomas. And Ben Lyman now will send it to the outside. Here's Callum Greenan. Got the assist on that one. That was a heck of a shot, by the way, by Joel Thomas coming in on the left side of the 18. Just let a shot fly with the right foot and put it over the top of Calise into the right side netting. And the Jackets with a 2-goal margin here to start. Freddie Watson now for the Jackets. Isaac Beckett. And a tactical foul there given by Beckett, the team captain. There'll be a free kick now here for Martin Luther. The Knights haven't scored a whole lot this year, only scored 11 goals on the campaign. It'll be Silas Galrich that will take this one. There's a ride back toward midfield. Now a volley attempt by Alexander Schlomer, and this one now will come in on goal, and that one will be grabbed here by Sessions for the Yellow Jackets. Now Alfie Hudd, he'll switch it near side. Wiles coming forward. Bending a ball to the far side. Jake Kidd trying to track it down. Also coming over there for the Knights was Isaiah Hines, and it'll go out of play. Off the Yellow Jackets. Throw coming up here for Martin Luther, deep in their own territory, far side from my vantage point. As the toss comes in now. Noah Walta. Popped up into the air. Now here is Bryce Bolt. Jake Kidd, he'll turn and get a shot away. That one will be saved. Clearing attempt. Finds its way back for Freddie Watson. Watson trying to clip it now for Kidd. Ball sitting there in the middle. Now it comes back out for Greenan, and he'll swing it to the outside for Joel Thomas. Thomas now coming in. Inline. Thomas all the way in. Shot attempt. That one saved by Calise, and now it'll go to the far side of the field. And the Knights will send it to the near side now. Or it'll be tracked down here by Jacob Wiles. Wiles. Beckett will turn now on the right foot. Switching the field again. Here's Thomas. Joel Thomas. Clipping it back post, looking for Taylor Moore, and that one will go out of play. Off of the Yellow Jackets. Moore, the senior from Billings, Montana. And we will have a goal kick here coming up. As we're going to have a substitution here. Jake Kidd's going to come out. Not surprising. Kidd going to probably not see much of the game, if not any of the game from here on out. Would be my surprise. Would be my surprise, I should say, if Kidd gets back into this one. Freshman Seth Davidson checking in for him. The Yellow Jackets' leading point getter this season is Davidson, the freshman, number 14. 12 goals and 7 assists for Seth Davidson in his rookie campaign. Now Wiles gives it for Beckett, who will go all the way back for Ben Lyman. Now Greenan on the far side. And looking for Bryce Bolt. That one now will be cleared to the far side of the field, and that one will go up and out of play, and we'll have a throw coming up now for Martin Luther. Not quite 12 minutes elapsed here so far, first half. Jackets with a pair of goals. The goal scorers. Bryce Bolt, his 5th. Joel Thomas, his 3rd, and it's 2-0, UWS in the lead. Watson now will go all the way back. Wiles now for Lyman to the far side. Here's Callum Greenan. Greenan now back for Lyman. Now here's a ball over the top. Second ball picked up by Freddie Watson. Near the 18. Plays it in behind now. Here's Davidson. Seth Davidson, and he'll draw a corner kick. First corner of the game here for the Jackets comes as we're now more than 12 minutes into this opening half. UWS now up to 67 goals on the season. The Jackets led the nation in scoring a year ago. Not quite that prolific this year, but still averaging more than 3 per game. Now here's the corner kick from Freddie Watson. Back post, and hanging up, trying to get his head to it, was Davidson. That one will go out of play. Davidson scored off a corner kick yesterday for the Yellow Jackets in that 4-0 win over Bethany Lutheran, as now the Jackets going to make some more substitutions. Kyle Massingham going to check in. Eli Benson also going to come in. Beckett and Jacob Wiles going to check out. And this is like I said earlier, probably going according to form here for head coach Joe Mooney, trying to make sure he gets as many of the bench guys as much time as possible today, especially with the playoffs coming up. Everything decided in the UMAC heading into the weekend as far as from a UWS perspective. As Watson now continues it on near side, and that one will go out of play. We'll have a throw here coming up for Martin Luther. As the throw comes in, and now it'll be tackled out here by Moore. Now it's Alfie Hudd. Playing it back now for Benson. Hudd for the Yellow Jackets. Greenan now. Here's Kyle Massingham. Massingham for the Jackets. Far side. Joel Thomas. Greenan now. Here's Massingham coming forward. Davidson trying to get it back from Massingham. One of the Martin Luther players is down behind the play. I believe it's Noah Walta that's down. Now he's back to his feet. Is turning on the right foot for the Knights was Matthew Kelpine, and now we're going to have a whistle and a foul against UWS. Will result in a free kick now near the circle here. Garish will take the free kick. Now comes into the 18 and trying to step through and get a shot away with the left foot was Stephen Wietzke. He scored one of the 2 goals that Martin Luther had against Northwestern last Saturday. And he hits it over the bar. Nervy moment there for the Jackets, but comes to nothing. And now here's Freddie Watson playing it back for Benson. Benson trying to come forward with it. Now here's Alfie Hood. Hood for the Yellow Jackets. Garina now will switch it to the far side. Here's Joel Thomas. Thomas. Alfie Hood now coming forward. Hood for Davidson. Now Thomas. Joel Thomas to the outside. Hood. Flag stays down. Alfie Hood comes in, gets a shot away, and he scores. Goal coming at 15:23. Thomas gets the assist. Won the assists. The other one will go to Seth Davidson. And UWS now up 3-0. So 3-0 now your score. As Joel Thomas now with a goal and assist. Plays this one to the far side looking for Davidson, and that one will go out of play. Throw here coming up. In the air there by Greenan. Brought down now. Irish playing it back. Here's Hood. Alfie Hood. He'll get a shot away, and that one will skip wide. Kalisa's goal to our right, and it'll be a goal kick here coming up. Off the restart now to the far side. That's at the middle. Thomas intercepting. Joel Thomas for the Yellow Jackets. Coming forward now, he'll leave it for Alfie Hood. Now Greenan. Ben Lyman. Outside for Hood. Greenan now for Eli Benson. Benson for the Jackets coming forward. Freddie Watson. Now Davidson. Seth Davidson now. Toward the 6th, and there's another one. Bryce Bolt, his second of the match. This game diving right down the middle. That one coming at 17:20. Bolt now with 6 goals on the season. And it's 4-0 Yellow Jackets, and we haven't even reached the 20-minute mark as of yet. Off the kick, excuse me. Sent in the Yellow Jacket territory in front of their bench. Ball bounding around. Knights trying to settle it. Now they come forward. Wheatsky up in the air. Now Greenan trying to volley it away. Head off toward the end line, and it'll get out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Patrick Sessions. Sessions now will take the goal kick here for UWS. Comes the ride to the far side of the field. Now Davidson leaving it down on the far side. Now it's Joel Thomas. Thomas coming into the 18. He'll turn. Now he'll play it back. Moore. I think he was trying to wind up and take that one. Wasn't expecting the defensive marking effort there of the Knights to clear that one away. Looked like he wanted to wind up and let that one go, but comes for naught. Now Moore, though, takes it back here, top of the 18. We'll play it wide. Here's Freddie Watson. Watson now leaving it. Massingham into the 6. Nobody there. Now up the middle. Here's Greenan. Callan Greenham for UWS. Alfie Hudd clipping it over the top. Here's Watson trying to come inside, and this time the flag will go up. It'll be an offside whistle against the Jackets as we're about to reach the 20-minute mark here of the opening half. By the way, if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and me throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on UWSYellowJackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. In the meantime, now, Yellow Jackets with a free kick on their own end of the field as Hudd now will send it to the near side for Benson. Eli Benson, who got an assist on that last goal by Bolt. And they'll switch it now to the far side. Joel Thomas now for UWS. Back for Greenan. Now it's Ben Lyman. Lyman now triggering it near side. Here's Benson. And Freddie Watson now go all the way back. Benson again. Eli Benson coming forward. Crosses the midfield stripe. Then gets dispossessed. Tracking back now for UWS was Taylor Moore. That one taken back now by Johannes Borman. Now it's Kelpine. And they'll go to the far side of the field with the Knights. It's picked up there by Matthew Nelson. Nelson now on the right foot. Flipping over the top. Moore bringing it down. Now here's Bolt. Playing it for Seth Davidson, and he's offside, so he'll let that one go. It looks like they'll just let us play on here maybe, or are they going to actually make the call? We'll see what the center referee decides to do. He is going to call the offside. Sometimes if the play is ongoing and there's no threat, we'll just let the play go on without actually whistling the offside. This time they will call it. And off the free kick now, it's Hines giving it a ride toward the Yellow Jacket 18, brought down by UWS, sent forward. Now Nelson with the left foot. Headed back now. Massingham will go outside for Benson. Benson now. Ben Lyman. Benson coming forward. Bryce Bolt. Now it's Massingham, and he'll switch it to the far side. Here's Callum Greenan. Greenan for the Yellow Jackets. Taking it wide. Now here's Thomas. Joel Thomas. Bryce Bolt now turning. Bolt. Toward the top of the 18. Bolt now will stop the play. He'll give it off now for Alfie Hudd. Trying to go for Watson on that far side, and it will go out of play. And we'll have a throw now for the Yellow Jackets. More than halfway through this opening 45 minutes. UWS with 4 goals up on the board so far. Those goals courtesy of Bryce Bolt with 2 of them, Joel Thomas and Alfie Hudd so far. And the Yellow Jackets this 4-goal lead as the throw comes in now to the 18. Davidson for Alfie Hudd. Back outside now, Callum Greenan. Greenan's ball up the middle. Davidson will leave it for Bolt. Lyman now will switch it to the far side. Lyman now. Well played ball for Thomas. Thomas coming into the 18. Thomas on the end line, and he just ran out of real estate. Kept coming. Yeah, it looks like Martin Luther's going to make a substitution now as the clock continues to move. Reminder at halftime, we'll have our first half summary. Look at the first half stats. We'll also catch you up on all the goings-on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up at halftime. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up. And 20 minutes and change here of game time. In the meantime, goal kick, another one here for Martin Luther. Now a turnover here is Davidson. Alfie Hudd. Hudd now looking for Watson. That one cleared away now by the Knights defensively. Turning with it now is Govrish. Green unable to win a head ball down. Now it's Joel Thomas. Eli Benson's ball. It's through everybody. Wheatsky now coming back defensively. And this one will go out of play near side for a Yellow Jacket throw here as we go under 20 minutes remaining opening half. UWS going to make a bunch of substitutions here. Knight's going to make one as well. Elijah Altman and Jordan Altman both into the contest here. Jimmy Jamison also in for the Yellow Jackets. That's Alec Pyra on the far side, I think, for the Yellow Jackets as well. That's come in. James Colt also in for UWS for the first time. Meantime, there'll be a throw now for Lyman near sideline. Throw into the 18 now by Lyman. Martin Luther able to clear it up the middle, excuse me. Jamison will now leave it. Colt will square it now near side on the right foot. Eli Benson. Elijah Altman. Massingham now will go all the way back. Benson, angling ball. Elijah Altman had it hop over his foot. Play it back. Khalees now will play it to the near side. Now it's up the middle. Massingham taking over. Davidson. Seth Davidson will turn and get a shot away, and he'll leave that one wide. It'll deflect out. And we'll have a corner kick here for the Jackets with 18 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. Opening 45 minutes, 4-0 Yellow Jackets in command. As Massingham comes over to take the corner kick. Massingham now, rising Jordan Altman. Going to get a head to it. Now Jamison. Jimmy Jamison getting a shot away, and that one will sail wide of the target. Goal kick here for the Knights. Off the goal kick, now it's Altman. Massingham trying to leave it for Jamison. Now Benson. Altman now turning. Colt to the outside, now Benson. Elijah Altman now trying to flick it back now for Benson. And we'll have a foul called on the Jackets here.
I got that request.
Thanks, Steve. That gentleman that was just giving me the message from the UK. I know I already did a shout out for Fiona Wiles. I'll give a special shout out to all of the parents back in the UK that are watching. I know, like I said, it's very late over there, so I know the players also appreciate your efforts in staying up late, and it's a labor of love. So shout out to everybody watching in the UK. I imagine it's probably pretty late over there. Like I said, 9:30, 10 o'clock at the very least in the PM hours. In the meantime, we all appreciate it. You folks staying up and joining us for more Yellow Jacket men's soccer. And I'll just say a thank you, special commendation to Steve Kidd, Jake's father, who came over and gave me the message. So warm wishes to all of you across the pond as Yellow Jackets men's soccer closes out the regular season here today. In the meantime, Jimmy Jamison, one of those players who is from the United Kingdom, playing that ball forward, and here comes UWS now on the counter. Elijah Altman. Check it, it's Jordan Altman, edge of the 18. He'll turn, get a shot away. That one will take a deflection, and it'll roll out for a Yellow Jacket corner kick. As we tick down toward the last quarter of an hour here of this opening 45 minutes, it's been all Yellow Jackets. 4 goals up on the board. Massingham taking the corner kick quickly. Now Elijah Altman through the middle. Now Massingham in the middle. Lyman turns and gets a shot away, and that one rises high and wide. Ben Lyman making a bid for the goal here for UWS. 14 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, half number 1. Reminder at halftime, we'll have our first half summary, a look at the first half stats. We'll also catch you up on all the goings on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. But on top of all that, we will have our Senior Day ceremony as well, so stick around for that. We'll have it at halftime of this one. The seniors from this year's class for the Yellow Jackets will be honored at the break, so we will carry that one live. All that coming up in 14 minutes and 22 seconds. In the meantime, here's the latest goal kick now for the Knights to the outside. Now picked up. Here's Jordan Altman. Jimmy Jamison now leaving it back out on top. Colt lining up a shot, and that one will go wide. Goal kick taken by Nelson here for the Knights. That one headed up the middle, and now it'll be cleared to the near side. It'll be a throw now for UWS. Benson takes it. Here's Kyle Massingham. Spinning through a couple of defenders. Massingham now playing it to the far side. Jimmy Jamison tracking back. Jamison. Eli Benson. Now it's Seth Davidson. Massingham. Jackets will switch the field now with Greenan, far side. Callum Greenan. Laying it up the middle. Davidson now trying to get there first, and that one will be smothered. Now he won't. Ball still loose. Altman trying to go for it. Now Davidson will turn. And now we're going to have a foul called on the Jackets here with 13:03 remaining first half. 4 goals for the Yellow Jackets. Again, recapping the scoring here if you're just joining us. Bryce Bolt, 5:46 in, a few seconds later. Joel Thomas from Callum Greenan, that made it 2-0. 15:23 the time on Alfie Hudd's first goal of the season from Thomas and Davidson, and then at 17:20, Bryce Bolt with his second of the game, 6th of the season. Davidson and Eli Benson the assists, and that's where we stand, 4-0. Your score at the moment is on the far side of the field. Yellow Jackets trying to break forward, and they'll run out of real estate. I think that might be Valentin Soares, actually, that's on that far side. I mistakenly, I think, said I had Alec Pyra in there. I'll make an apology on that one. In the meantime, now it comes across midfield, ranging all the way back. Now Colt. Back in the 18 now, Patrick Sessions. Sessions' ball to the near side. Evan Wolfgram trying to intercept now for Martin Luther. Jimmy Jamison now bringing it down. Jamison's ball to the far side. Picked back up on the second ball. Now Jordan Altman on the wing. Jordan Altman now turning on some speed. Into the 18, Jordan Altman, and he'll run out of room. Goal kick here coming up. With 11:35 remaining first half. Nelson will take it. Colt intercepting. Now Soares on the wide side. Jamison just dribbling to the near side now. Here's Eli Benson. Massingham. Elijah Altman. Elijah Altman coming forward. Now starts up to his right. Altman still going. Elijah Altman coming all the way into the 6. Evading several defenders. Now we'll play it to the far side. Here's Soares. And Soares will shoot. Backside. A little bit late arriving was Davidson. And now allow for the substitution now as it looks like Jack Lay is going to come in for the Yellow Jackets as we tick down toward the last 10 minutes. Half number 1. 4-0 your score. Now play going up on the far side of the field. Colt making a defensive stop there for the Jackets to strip it away. Now here's Benson. Jack Lay now for UWS. Eli Benson back now for Ben Lyman. Lyman lifting it far side. There's Alec Pyra into the game for the first time, so he does get in there. And that was a nice ball from Pyra, releasing Jordan Altman. Altman now into the 18. Jordan Altman on the right foot. Looking for his brother Elijah in the middle. Popped up in the air by Elijah Altman. Still has it. Now they'll leave it back for Jack Lay. Lay now. Playing it back now. Here's Benson. And this one now will now go out of play near side here. Under 10 minutes remaining, first half. As Lay tries to turn, gets around a defender. Jack Lay now, the freshman, coming in at an angle. Playing it toward the 6, gets through a series of sets of feet. Picked up now by Jordan Altman. Clipping it in the air now is Pyra. Ball's in the air. In the middle, here's Jimmy Jamison. Still loose. And they'll end up scoring. Kind of anticlimactic. I think it's Kyle Massingham that's going to get the goal. I don't know. That's about as anticlimactic a goal as I've called, I think, in my broadcasting career. But it was just kind of sitting there, and Massingham took a poke at it. And poked it right into the corner for the goal. For Kyle Massingham, I believe that is goal number 5 on the season. I'll have to go back and have a look. That goal, by the way, coming at 36:40. That'll be an unassisted tally for Massingham. So 5 goals up on the board now for UWS. For Massingham, actually, it's his 6th goal of the season, so I'll go backwards on that one. And the Jackets now up to 70 goals even for the season. While continuing to move here, 7:45 and counting remaining. Half number 1, 5-0 in favor of UWS. This ball now bended into the Yellow Jacket 18. Now Soares trying to come through a couple of players, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul called against the Knights. So they're going to give out an assist to Jimmy Jamison as well on that. It's hard for me to see. It was just a bunch of feet in there kind of swiping at it, and Massingham touched it in the back of the net, but I'm not going to argue. Either way, it's Massingham's goal. Now it's Colts for the Yellow Jackets with UWS up by 5. Lay now will leave it off for Massingham. And Massingham now to the outside. Pyra. Soares. And now the Jackets will set up here. And this one will take a deflection out of play here with 6 minutes, 28 seconds remaining. Pyra looking for someone to throw the ball to. Now he gets it for Kyle Massingham, far side corner. Pyra now for the Yellow Jackets on the right foot. He'll go all the way back. Here's Ben Lyman. Lyman now to the near side. Eli Benson for Jack Lay. Lay now coming centrally. Splits a couple of defenders. Lay still on the run. Overran the ball just a bit. Now it's popped up in the air. Neither team able to settle it as of yet. Massingham. Now it's Elijah Altman. And cleared now as far as Alec Pyra. And Pyra for the Yellow Jackets now will square it outside for Lay. Jack Lay. And here's a foul now against Jimmy Jamison, who clipped him from behind. That being a free kick now for the Knights. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining, half number 1. Off the start now, here's Lay. Jamison. Jimmy Jamison for the Yellow Jackets. Stripped of the ball, and now the Vikings trying to come back. Here's Nelson. Laying in the Yellow Jacket territory. And Joshua Felsing up against Ben Lyman, and now will go over the end line. Sessions will play it to the far side now for Alec Pyra, who'll go back, and now they'll switch it near side. Here is UWS's Eli Benson. Benson now for Jordan Altman, who's now come right side. Elijah Altman, his brother, now is playing in the middle. Jordan Altman now laying it off. Here's James Colt. Now Ben Lyman, they switch it for Alec Pyra. Pyra now will turn on the right foot. And lift the ball up on the far side. Soares is going to try to run it down. Valentin Soares keeping it in now. Turning back against the grain, gets a shot away and left at side netting. Tight angle there for the freshman. Left it just wide, and it'll be another goal kick here coming up. Goal kick now coming near side. Now Lyman back in his own end of the field. Will go back for Patrick Sessions. And Sessions to the far side now for Pyra. Alec Pyra. Soares now. We'll send it all the way back for Benson. Lyman now hitting it over the top. Well-timed run there by Lay, and he's in behind. Jack Lay now coming into the 18. Across the top of the 18 with the pass. Brought down. Now Soares. Jack Lay. It's back now for Benson. Kyle Massingham. Outside now Jack Lay. Stepping inside, Lay. Still stepping inside. Toward the 6. Now Massingham with the shot. Save is made right at Calise. Cleared back up the middle, and now the Knights will send it over the top, and we're going to have, it's going to be a handball maybe? Yep, looks like it's going to be a handball call here. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. That ball came up a little bit. Abraham Schlomer, who was just trying to clear it. So it'll be a free kick here for the Jackets as we go under 2 minutes remaining, half number 1. Jackets with a 5-goal lead. Looking for more here before we hit the intermission. As Jimmy Jamison stands over it. Jamison now hitting it backside. And we'll have a pushing foul here on the Yellow Jackets with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining before we reach the intermission. Stick around for the intermission. As I mentioned, we'll have a halftime specialty for you. Senior day here for the Yellow Jackets, of course, and the senior class will be honored at halftime of this one, so stick around for that. We'll also have our first half summary, look at the first half stats, and if we still have time, we will also catch you up on all the goings-on with the Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up in about 1 minute and 15 seconds. In the meantime, UWS coming back now. Here's Elijah Altman trying to trigger his brother forward. That one broken up. As we go under 1 minute now remaining first half, here's Eli Benson. Eli back now for Sessions, who will give it a ride with the right foot. Jordan Altman now turning, and this one will go out of play, and it'll be a throw now for UWS. Lyman for UWS now hitting that one over the top to nobody in particular, and it'll go out of play. And we'll have a goal kick here now with 25 ticks of the clock remaining. Said goal kick now heading toward the midfield stripe. Here is Jamison. 8 seconds remaining in the half. Pyra. Soares. And that'll about do it here for this first 45 minutes. The Yellow Jackets scoring early and often. 2 goals from Bryce Bolt. 3 other tallies up on the board as well for UWS. And the Jackets head into the intermission, leading it by the score of 5-0. But stick around. Our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated is coming up right after this, including our Senior Day ceremonies. So, like I said, stick around for that. It'll be beginning shortly. This is UWS Men's Soccer on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. As you may have seen here during our halftime, we had the recognition of this year's senior class for the Yellow Jackets. Patrick Sessions, Ben Lyman, Taylor Moore, Isaac Beckett, Alfie Hudd, Bryce Bold, Joel Thomas, Freddie Watson, and Jake Kidd. The Yellow Jackets leading it by the score of 5-0. Of course, that senior class being a part of 4 straight NCAA tournaments. In fact, part of a group effort from the Yellow Jackets that has led to 7 straight NCAA tournaments, looking to make it 8 straight this season. Also 4 UMAC Conference regular season titles and 4 UMAC tournament titles. We'll jump into our scoring here for the first half as we jump in also to our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Hovland Incorporated, providing concrete masonry and design to the Twin Ports and the surrounding area. Hovland Incorporated, 218-722-1662. Jackets scoring early and often in this contest. Not exactly a surprise considering the Yellow Jackets standings and the Yellow Jacket and the Knights standings this year in the UMAC conference race. Bryce Bolt scoring the first of his 2 goals at 5:46 unassisted to make it 1-0. That was his 5th of the season. And then the Jackets a few moments later, Joel Thomas with his 3rd of the season from Callum Green, and to make it 2-0. Alfie Hudd, his first of the campaign at 15:23 from Thomas and Davidson to make it 3-0. Then Bolt again with his 2nd of the game, 6th of the season at 17:20 to make it 4-0. Assists from Davidson and Benson. And then at 36:46, Kyle Massingham with the goal, the assist to Jimmy Jameson. And it is a 5-0 Yellow Jacket lead here at the half. Numbers in that first half, Yellow Jackets holding a 19-3 edge in total shots, including a 10-2 advantage in shots on goal. Yellow Jackets also committing 8 of the 11 fouls in that first half. 4 corner kicks so far in the contest, all of them for UWS. And in terms of goalkeeper saves, Patrick Sessions with 2 shots on goal and 2 saves for him here in his final regular season home appearance as a Yellow Jacket here this afternoon. Meanwhile, on the other side, Joshua Kaliz for the Martin Luther Knights so far. He has faced 10 shots on goal. He has made 5 saves thus far for the Knights. So those are your numbers halfway home in this one. And with that being the case, we'll take another break here before we come back and update you on what else is going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up in just a couple of minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Men's Soccer here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, 5-0 your score at the break. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of the second half of this regular season finale between the Yellow Jackets and Martin Luther. And with that time, we'll catch you up on what else is going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. Women's soccer played game one of our doubleheader in case you missed it, and they finished out the regular season with a 2-0 win over Martin Luther's women here at SCCU Stadium. The Yellow Jackets getting goals from Cameron Hill in the first half and Neve Larson in the second half to win it by a 2-0 final. Yellow Jackets with the win now 9-7-4 on the campaign. They finished 8-1-3 during the regular season. The UMAC Quinn Clark getting her 20th career shutout. The career shutouts leader for the Yellow Jackets, one of 6 seniors that was honored today as well in that one. Up next for Coach Nick Piazza and company is the UMAC tournament. The Yellow Jackets will find out their destination on Wednesday, November 5th. For more information on who the Yellow Jackets will play and where, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com to find out the postseason fate of the Yellow Jacket women. Volleyball, meanwhile, entered the day at 19-8 overall, 8-1 in the UMAC. They had won their third straight last night by sweeping North Central 3-0 at the Mertz. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets won by set scores of 25-12, 25-11, and 25-21 while hitting .315 as a team and holding the Rams at -0.9 hitting for the match. McKenna Holbein led the way with 14 kills on 5-45 hitting. From the center position, Colleen Claude and Carly Lohman and Gabby Schwartz combined for 30 assists, while Savannah Herring finished with 11 digs. And then today, the Yellow Jackets going down to defeat against Northwestern 3-1 to fall to 19-9 overall. They are now 8-2 in the UMAC with that loss. I don't have the numbers on that one, but that's what happened today for the Yellow Jacket women. Men's and women's cross country, both teams were off last week, but both teams also competed at the 2025 UMAC Cross Country Championships at the Winthrop Golf Course in Winthrop, Minnesota. The men's race began today at 12 noon, while the women's race began at 1 p.m. For full results there. Again, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. Women's hockey, they opened their season last night with a 5-0 loss to Lake Forest at Westman Arena in Superior. In that contest, the Foresters scored 4 times in the middle frame on the way to shutting out the Yellow Jackets. For the game, UWS held a 26-24 advantage in shots on goal. Maddie Wallstroll got the starting goal for UWS and made 19 saves to take the loss. They're playing game 2 actually as we speak against Lake Forest down at Westman Arena. It was a 2 p.m. opening face-off there. And last but not least, men's hockey also underway for their season. They're opening up today against Marion down at the Blue Lion Family Ice Center down in Fond du Lac, 4:30 p.m. The opening face-off there, so they are just underway with the season opener for Rich McKenna and company. It looks like we're going to get the second half off to a early start here, which is fine with me, as we are just about underway here. The Senior Day ceremony is taking a fair amount of time, actually, of the halftime intermission. And as a result, we get to get started here as the sun is still up here. Of course, the sun's setting earlier and earlier as we approach daylight savings time, which will be between tonight and tomorrow, by the way, here in the United States. So we'll get an extra hour sleep, and I can still tell everyone, no matter where they may be watching, this broadcaster definitely needs an extra hour of sleep after this weekend. In the meantime, Yellow Jackets now with Callum Green, and we'll take a throw no near side. In for Seth Davidson toward the 6, turning and trying to get a shot away where he has a brace on the day. Does Bryce Bolt, looking for the hat trick there, but that one will go out of play. It'll deflect out. It'll be a corner kick here for the Yellow Jackets. A pair of UWS players jogging over there, Elfie Hudd and Freddie Watson. And they'll take it quickly. Now Watson, left foot, serving it into the 6. There's Lyman going up, and he'll head it high and over the top of the bar. And we'll have a goal kick here coming up for Martin Luther. By the way, folks, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jackets Sideline store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jackets Sideline store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. In the meantime, now here's Joel Thomas coming forward for the Yellow Jackets. Seth Davidson, now Taylor Moore. This pass a little bit short to the outside. He was looking to get it to Freddie Watson, and now the Knights will clear it as far as Elfie Hudd, who sends it right back into the 18. Cal Massingham now leaves it back for Greenan. And now for UWS, it is Joel Thomas. Thomas getting an inside step around Owen Hyman. Now plays it in for Seth Davidson, and off of his line is Kaliz, and he will smother it at the edge of his 6. And he will hold on to it here. and give it a ride back toward midfield into Yellow Jacket territory. Trying to make a move around now was Johannes Borman for Martin Luther, but it'll come into the 18. And now Luke Lockman, by the way, has taken over in goal for UW Superior for Patrick Sessions, who's in line to get the win here. In the meantime, Alfie Hudd will play it to the outside. Eli Benson. Now Taylor Moore for UWS. Alfie Hudd scored his first goal of the season earlier on today. As part of that 5-goal first half for UWS. Gives it back now. Here's Ben Lyman. Now turning Taylor Moore. Freddie Watson now. Watson on the left foot. Switches it now near side. Here's Joel Thomas. Thomas now. Starts up his way forward. Massingham for UWS. Laying it off now, Taylor Moore. He'll chip it now to the far side. Alfie Hudd. Back for Eli Benson. And now Martin Luther dispossesses the Jackets. Play up the middle. Lyman. Now Massingham. Davidson. Taking it wide. Davidson now cutting with the right foot. Now playing it back post. I'm not sure that Bryce Bolt was expecting that pass to the back post. Maybe could have gotten ahead to it. But it'll go out for a goal kick here. This one will be taken by Isaiah Hines. He's been taking a lot of the goal kicks here today. Lays it up on the near side. In fact, I think that Hines has taken almost all of them for the Knights, unless I'm mistaken. Here's Borman now. His ball through the middle. Bolt trying to outmuscle him. Now Hudd. Eli Benson now will send it to the far side. Here's Freddie Watson. Watson playing it on now. Here's Bolt. Bryce Bolt now for UWS on the right foot. He'll play it all the way back now. Cross coming in at a sharp angle there from Benson. That one will be nabbed by Calise, and he'll hold on to it here. Approaching 5 minutes elapsed, second half here. Under cloudy skies, temperatures, like I said, mid-40s. Expected to be chilly today, and it has lived up to it. And now this one will go out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. Yeah, that wind is pretty brisk. It was much more brisk last night. It's kind of a gentle breeze right now. Last night it was not, as we found out during the men's game against Bethany Lutheran. Now here's a long ball forward looking for Bryce Bolt. Bolt. And they're going to call him for a foul as he held off the attempt there of Isaiah Betcher. Coming inside Bolt, one of the bigger, more physical players on the Yellow Jacket roster. Listen, at 6'2", about 200, and that's probably not far off. Bryce Bolt is a good-sized young man, and not sure it was a foul or not, but I will go with it. In the meantime now, here is Joel Thomas intercepting, trying to play it forward now for Davidson. Thomas now, Davidson picking it up. And that went out of play. We'll have a throw now coming up. Now Benson for the Yellow Jackets. Trying to send it forward. That one cleared away. Alfie Hudd to the far side. Coming in now Watson. Cutting back against the grain. Taking to the end line. In toward the 6. Flick attempt now by Davidson. And then it hits the side netting out of play. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Martin Luther. Hines will take it. Gives it a ride up the middle now to the far side. Noah Walta. Gavrish now sent forward by Wheatsky. Yellow Jackets able to turn it back. Now Freddie Watson. Watson coming to the top of the 18. Watson on that left foot. Still going. Gets a shot away and he scores. Freddie Watson on the goal. For Watson. It's the 6th goal of the game for the Yellow Jackets. His 6th goal of the season. And UWS now up by the score of 6-0. Still 37:52 remain to be played. Free kick now for the Knights. Sent into the Yellow Jacket 18. Callum Green getting ahead to it. Now it comes to the near side. And to play it into the Yellow Jacket 18 was Matthew Nelson. Jackets taking it back, and now here's Joel Thomas. Thomas, Sutter stepping forward. Joel Thomas still on the go. To the far side now, here's Freddie Watson. Watson. Turning now on the right foot. Watson trying to get a shot away. That one blocked by traffic. Now Silas Gavrish on the far side for the Knights, and he'll send it into Yellow Jacket territory, brought down by Ben Lyman. Alfie Hudd. Callum Greenan now comes across the midfield line. And it's Taylor Moore. Greenan for UWS. Now it's Joel Thomas. Moore now to the far side. Gavrish now picking up the loose change for the Knights, trying to play it up. Massingham now will leave it for Hudd. Greenan now coming forward, has the run of Joel Thomas. Hits it for him. Thomas trying to run it down, does a nice job to keep it in play. Thomas now crossing in with the right foot. Watson. And he'll go down, and we'll have a stoppage of the clock. I think Wheatsky was coming back defensively. Watson might have gotten clipped as he tried to go up on that cross from Joel Thomas into the 18. 35-34 now left to be played. Watson a little slow in getting up, and looks like the training staff now will come out and attend to him. Get a good look at Kyle Massingham there for the Yellow Jackets. Scored his 6th goal of the season in that first half for UWS. And Watson now making his way off the field. Looks like he might be favoring that right ankle here just a bit. Watson, of course, left-footed. Played on that right side wing for the Yellow Jackets throughout his career. And now they're going to take Watson out of the game. Good precautionary decision there by head coach Joe Mooney. As looks like Valentin Soros is back in there for the Yellow Jackets. Wouldn't expect Watson to return in this game anyway. Not with the UMAC playoffs coming up here starting this Wednesday. As here's Taylor Moore now for UWS. He'll play it back. Here's Ben Lyman. Hudd to the far side now. Eli Benson. Now Moore with the interception for UWS. Here's Hudd. Now Greenan. Ball over top from Massingham. Kind of laying there a little bit. And I'll come back to the outside. Bolt. Ben Lyman, and now the Jackets will switch it all the way to the near side for Joel Thomas. Thomas now for UWS, stamping inside on the right foot. Trying to play a ball through. Now Bolt finds it. Bryce Bolt. Said working for that hat trick. He's already got a brace on the day. Now here's Soares. And this one now will be cleared over midfield. Lockman coming over. Casually jogging for it. He'll play it for Eli Benson up on the far side. Now Soares for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Hudd. Back for Ben Lyman. And Lyman now for Callum Green and near side. Taylor Moore now for UWS. Garinen. Now Lyman. Playing it for Lockman on the edge of his 18. Soares now leave it back. Here's Hudd. Hitting it over the top. Now Bolt. Trying to get there before the onrushing Matthew Nelson, who's able to play it. Now it's Soares. Massingham back outside. Bryce Bolt. Bolt against Betcher in the corner. Now Bolt. Massingham. Hudd. Alfie Hudd now. Callum Greenan, edge of the 18. Seth Davidson. Davidson for the Yellow Jackets, taking it wide. Setting it outside now. Clipped in by Hudd. Chested down by Davidson. Now cleared up the middle. And Lyman now will swing it to the wing here for Joel Thomas. Thomas on the right foot. Alfie Hudd. He'll switch it again now. Far side. It's Kyle Massingham this time. UWS just patiently building it up here. Here's Soares. Taylor Moore. Now Bolt trying to send it in. Cleared back up the middle. Now Thomas. Massingham. And Hines will clear it up the middle. Brought down again. Here is Ben Lyman now heading it down. Johannes Borman now to the outside. That's picked off by Soares. Valentin Soares now at an angle. And they keep it in, and it'll go out of play. Soares had a little bit of room there to work with and ended up going out of play. They're actually going to give a corner kick here for the Yellow Jackets. We approach the 60-minute mark of this one. Jackets been in command from the start. They're leading at 6-0 here. 5 goals in the first half, 1 so far here in the second half. Alfie Hudd will line this one up. Hudd now. And this one will go all the way through everybody and out of play. It'll be a throw now coming up for the Knights. As the throw comes in, and this one will go out of play. Off of Schlomer, it'll be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Greenan. Bolt. Now Wheatsky to the far side of the field with the pass. Eli Benson now on the intercept. Massingham. Now Greenan. Yellow Jackets playing very controlled here so far in the second half. Leading it by half a dozen at 6-0. Here's Benson coming forward. Eli Benson. Alfie Hudd. Joel Thomas, top of the 18. Thomas will turn. He'll get a shot. Try to get a little bit of top spin on it. Couldn't quite keep it down, and it'll go out of play, and we'll have a goal kick here coming up for the Knights. Isaiah Hines will take this one. As we're now into the 61st minute here. Hines' goal kick. Read well there by Thomas. Now Bryce Bolt. Leaving it off now for Davidson. And it'll go out of play. And another corner kick, I think. Yep, and it will be another corner here for the Yellow Jackets. 29:05 left to play. Stick around. We'll have a brief post-game recap sponsored by Synovus Energy once we go final here. Regular season finale. Jackets getting ready for the UMAC tournament. Trying to win it for the 9th straight year. They'll begin this coming Wednesday. In the meantime, Massingham off the corner kick. Now bending it to the back post. Davidson with the volley with the left foot. That one now kicked out to the far side, and Davidson will track back. And it'll go out of play now far side. It'll be a throw here coming up. For Martin Luther, Jackets going to make 2 substitutions here at the next opportunity. Throw comes in. Now here's Massingham. Kyle Massingham with the shot with the left foot, and that one will be nabbed here by Calise, and he'll hold on to it. Calise now to the far side of the field. First time from Noah Walt to the outside, intercepted by UWS. Now here's Soares, Valentin Soares. Fancy footwork there to dance through a couple of players. Now Bryce Bolt, Soares again, edge of the 18. Bolt now will take it wide. And this one will go out of play far side. It'll be a throw here coming up for UWS. And that will allow for substitutions here. Alec Pyra is one of the subs coming in for the Yellow Jackets. He'll take out, it's like maybe Callum Greenan, or are they going to flip things around? Jack Lay now going to come on the left side, and it looks like Joel Thomas is going to check out. Pyra's going to play in the middle. Actually, Ben Lyman is going to be the one who comes out. They move Greenan now to take the throw. Now Greenan will cross it into the 6. Ball bounding around. Flag goes up far side. Jackets whistled on the offside, and we'll have a free kick here coming up for Martin Luther. 26:38 and counting here remaining in the regular season of 2025 for both these teams. For the Yellow Jackets, their 8th straight UMAC regular season title. As off of the restart now, it comes back. Here's Hines now, popping it into the air. Moore trying to bring it down. Alfie Hudd. Callum Green now playing in the middle. Eli Benson on the right side, Pyra on the left. So it's a very young back line here. 2 sophomores and a freshman for the Yellow Jackets and along that back 3. In the meantime now, here's Davidson. Playing over the top, here's Massingham on the run. Cal Massingham with the shot save is made by Calise, still sitting there. Cleared up the middle. Now Alfie Hudd collects. Alfie Hudd now. Massingham steps through, gets a nice move there with the left foot, and then it slid away. Some fancy footwork there from Kyle Massingham. Very nifty players. Kyle Massingham had a big rookie year for the Jackets last year. Had 8 goals and 7 assists, and this year 6 goals and 4 assists for the sophomore. Draws a corner kick here. Pyra going to play it short now. Near side flag. Here's Alfie Hudd. Pyra now coming in. Crossing it back post. Headed across the face of goal by Davidson. Bolt was there. Couldn't get a positive touch on it. Looking for the hat trick. Still 1 goal short of that. Here is Pyra now. Inside. Bolt rising up. Now he'll carry to the far side. Schlomer will try to run it down. And finally, as he passes it up for Wheatsky, the Knights able to relieve the pressure. Noah Walta now, continuing it on. Wheatsky on the run. Steven Wheatsky now. And he'll draw a corner kick as he plays it off of Eli Benson at the back line. nearly halfway home in the second half. The Yellow Jackets with looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players warming up on the far side. As the Knights will line up this corner kick. Arcing in swinger to the 6, and Wheatsky using that 6'4" frame, getting to it, but it will actually, yeah, I guess not. Thought maybe it had been saved in on the end line there. Good effort by Borman, but he comes up empty, and the Yellow Jackets will have a goal kick here for Luke Lockman. Lockman hasn't had to make a save as of yet here in this second half. In the meantime, here's Alfie Hudd. Hudd for the Yellow Jackets coming forward. Now he'll hang it up on the right side. Here's Valentin Soares into the middle looking for Jack Lay, and Calise off of his line will grab it on a hop. Now back in the Yellow Jacket territory, Greenan will play it back here for Luke Lockman. Now the far side, Soares making move around Wheatsky. Valentin Soares on the run. Soares trying to get it for Seth Davidson, who tried to turn and go, left the ball behind him, and now the Knights able to clear it. Jack Lay now for UWS coming forward. Lay now. Alfie Hudd. He'll leave it now for Soares. Soares now to the outside. Hudd in the middle looking for Bolt. Davidson bringing it down. Seth Davidson now flicking it to the outside. Leaving it now. Here's Pyra. Alec Pyra with the shot, and that one deflects out, and it'll be another corner kick here for the Jackets. More than halfway home here in this second 45 minutes. Alfie Hudd will take the in-swinging corner kick near side, it looks like. Actually, they'll play it short. Here is Pyra, and now not sure why we stopped. Maybe did somebody get a card there? I'm not sure. Didn't see one. In the meantime, Hudd will take it. Plays it short now. Pyra. Hudd again. Bending it in with the right foot. Wheatsky getting ahead to it. Nelson as well. Here's a shot attempt on the volley by Soares that will roll wide of the target. And now as we approach the 20-minute remaining mark of this one, both teams going to make a bunch of substitutions here. And I would expect that this will probably be the end of the way here for several of the seniors here before the playoffs begin. Also the first action of the game here for Adam Schmidt, who's in for the first time for the Yellow Jackets. Also the game debut here for Alexander Lutz for UWS on the far side. In the meantime, here's Jack Lay now coming forward. Lay now for Schmidt. Schmidt now lost his footing, tried to take it on the right foot and had a heavy touch and then went down. Calise will give it a ride back toward midfield. Now it's Carson Maddock for Norton Luther. Fast forward now, here's Elijah Altman. Altman stepping through, getting a shot, and just missing the outside. It's a nice pass from Lay, actually, to be able to pick out Elijah Altman coming right down the middle. Left his shot wide with the left foot. It'll be another corner kick here for UWS. Alec Pyra will go over and take it now for the Yellow Jackets. There's the free kick now across the face of goal. A couple of players rising for it. Lutz getting to the back of a Martin Luther player who is down. Clock stop, 19:56 left to play. Numbers now in this one. Jackets up to a 33-3 edge in shots, including 15-2 in shots on goal. UWS also has 8 corner kicks in the contest. Jackets with 10 fouls to 3 here for Martin Luther. Combination of Luke Lockman and Patrick Sessions has 2 saves, although I think both of those saves were made by Patrick Sessions in that first half. 9 stops so far for Joshua Kaliz. In the meantime, player down behind is Caleb Posma for Martin Luther, the sophomore from Fox Lake, Wisconsin, and now he's going to get up and gingerly make his way off the pitch here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. So as he makes his way up, we'll have a free kick now for the Knights. Foul was called on Lutz for UWS. Looks like it'll be Isaiah Hines that'll take this free kick. He'll send it forward. Now Jamison intercepting for UWS. Jimmy Jamison. Jordan Altman taking it wide. Playing it across the face of goal again. Knights now clearing it near side. Jack Lay. Lay for the Yellow Jackets, dancing around a couple of players. Still going into the 18. Now Jamison. He'll get a shot away, and that one will roll wide of the target. And it's a goal kick now coming up. Isaiah Hines will take it yet again. And Hines taking it short, right to Altman. Jordan Altman for Elijah Altman now into the box. Soares now. Valentin Soares taking it wide. He'll get a shot that had plenty of venom behind it, but it'll rise high and over the bar. Hines actually played that right to Jordan Altman. I was kind of shocked by that, to be honest with you. Hines will take another goal kick here as he sends it near side. And we're going to have a foul called on Lay. It'll be a free kick now coming up for the Knights. Still 18 and a half minutes to be played in this one. As the sun going to start setting here within the next 45 minutes to an hour, I would expect. Garish will take the free kick here for Martin Luther. Pyra getting his head to it as it came toward the Yellow Jacket 18. And now this one will go out of play. Throw for the Yellow Jackets. Pyra will take it. Headed out now by Nelson. Jamison now back. Here's Pyra. Over the top now for Lutz. Lutz's ball to the far side of the field. It's hung up in some feet. Now Lutz taking it back. Colt playing it now near side. Coming across the midfield stripe, it's Pyra. Lobbing it over the top. Elijah Altman now getting a step inside, trying to get a shot away. Picks it back up, dances around, and they're going to call a handball here on Elijah Altman. Pretty skillful little move there, though, by the sophomore. And Rube to his right, he and his brother Jordan, of course, from nearby Esco, Minnesota. There's a couple of the local players on this Yellow Jacket squad here this season. Joining Callum Greenan as well in that group. Jake Kidd, of course, from Superior. Eli Benson as well. And now that one will be cleared away by UWS out of play. And their own end of the field. It'll be a throw now for the Knights far side, right in front of their own bench as the toss comes in. Now Colt. Thinking toward midfield. And now an offside against UWS as that ball's played into space looking for Soares. Ticking down toward the last quarter of an hour here of the regular season. Off the free kick, Elijah Altman now to the outside. Here's Lay. Sending it forward now. Here's Jimmy Jamison. Jamison turning, getting a shot away, and that one will curl wide of the target on the right side. Jackets continuing to pile up the shots here. That was attempt number 37 for UWS in the ball game here. $15 of which have been on target. And 6 in the back of the net here for the Jackets so far. Through 75 minutes of game action. Goal kick now headed forward by Pyra. Here's Colt. James Colt now looking for Altman. And Calise comes off of his line and smothers it. Much to the delight of the women's players from Martin Luther. Now this one sent into Yellow Jacket territory. It'll be played out by the Knights. It'll be a throw here coming up for UWS. Throw comes in now, Elijah Altman. Altman now playing it. Here's Schmidt. Playing it into space, and now we have a foot race. Jordan Altman now for UWS coming in on the right angle. Gets a shot away, and he'll score. Goal number 7 for UWS, Jordan Altman, his second of the campaign. The assist to Adam Schmidt. 13:50 now left. And it's a 7-goal cushion here for UWS. "39 shots now for UWS in the contest. And at the restart, here's Gavrish. Now it's Borman. Playing it up the middle. Schmidt with the interception now in Yellow Jacket territory. Now he'll hit it over the top again. Another foot race. This one might have a little bit too much on it, however, as Calise comes off of his line and will grab it. Yeah, he'll hold on to it here. And give it a ride back up the middle. Schmidt touching it down. Now Hines will play it over the top for the Knights. Benson. And now we're going to have a foul called against Borman into the back of Eli Benson. Free kick for the Yellow Jackets. Martin Luther still has 5 players that they're going to check in here, it looks like. All standing near the midfield stripe, ready to come in at the next opportunity. Now Elijah Altman against a couple of different Knights players. Now here's Jack Lay. Lay for the Yellow Jackets gets around Gavrish. Now played up the middle. Borman coming back for it. Benson playing it short. Now Lutz lifting one over the top. Here's Soares coming in. Soares crossing it over the top of the 6. Tracking it down now is Maddock. His outlet pass intercepted by Jack Lay for the Yellow Jackets. Now Nelson. Turning now. Playing it forward is Borman. Left-footed ball toward the Yellow Jacket 18. Collected by the Yellow Jackets. Here's James Colt now. Squaring it outside for Jack Lay. And the Jackets now will set it back up. Alec Pyra. Eli Benson to the outside now. Alexander Lutz. Another angling ball. Looking for Jamison this time. Jimmy Jamison. Jamison now coming central with it. And I think he was looking for the backdoor run there, but nobody made it. Grabbed here by Calise. He'll hold on to it. And he'll give it a ride now back toward midfield. Brought down now. Maddock coming forward. Now he'll square it outside. Schlomer in the Yellow Jacket territory. Luke Lockman. Playing it short now. Benson. Schmidt for UWS. And now Soares. Alexander Lutz for Schmidt. Yellow Jackets passing has been pretty crisp so far here this afternoon. And the younger guys certainly having the opportunity to get into the game. It's a welcome opportunity. Coach Joe Mooney known for playing as many players as he possibly can in any game. As this ball now sent for Soares. Soares coming in 1-on-4. He's got a couple of runners with him. Jordan Altman standing middle of the box. He'll try to get a shot away. Intercepted en route toward the goal by Hines, and he'll clear it now far side. Now Lutz taking over in front of his own bench. Soares, Lutz now. Lifting across backside. Here's Jack Lay bringing it down, leaving it now. Here's Pyra winding up and firing one, and that one will rise over the crossbar, not a play. And substitutions now for UWS and for Martin Luther here with 9:28 left to play. Logan Lamble in the game for UWS. Joe Eklund also in. Jackets now just about fully emptied the bench here. Ball coming in now near side. Back in for Martin Luther, by the way, Jin Lee. Saw him in the first half. He's back in there now as we go under 9 minutes left in this one. Owen Hyman now off that throw. And release forward now. Here's Logan Lamble coming forward. Lamble, freshman from Grand Forks, North Dakota. As this throw comes in. Now Pyra will head it to the far side. And more Mio also in for the first time for UWS. He's running the wing now. Jackets will go all the way back in the middle now. Here's Benson. Pyra. Now Lamble. Now it's Eklund. And the flag is up, far side. Indicating an offside against UWS here with 7:45 now left. Lockman now. Benson. Lets his ball forward. Now Eklund. Now Colt playing in this one forward, looking for Jamison. Lutz bringing it down now for UWS. He'll play it now back. Benson will run it down. Now for Lockman. Mio trying to come forward. Jackets intercepting, and now here's Altman again. Jordan Altman on the right side. Taking it wide. Crosses it back now. Eklund. Jamison with the shot, and he'll score. Shot number 42 results in goal number 8. 6:02 remain to be played here. And UWS going to finish 14-6 on the season. They're going to go another perfect record in UMAC. 12-0. The Knights will drop to 0-16-1 and finish the season winless on the campaign, at least in the UMAC. They'll be 0-12. I'm not sure if there are any other small college tournaments that Martin Luther might be a part of, but in the meantime, we'll continue on here. Yellow Jackets leading it by an 8 spot. Scored 5 times in the first, 3 times in the second. Throw comes in now from Pyra. Here's Schmidt. Now here's Eklund coming in, and he's offside on the call here. Free kick now from Lee, sent into Yellow Jacket territory. It'll be headed wide. Owen Hyman on the throw now for Martin Luther. And here's a shot, the first of the half, now taken from a long distance by Matthew Kelpine. Grabbed by Lockman, and now he'll distribute to the far side for Fenmore Mio. Schmidt heading over the top. Now here's Jordan Altman getting behind the D again. Altman coming in at an angle. He'll turn. He'll get a shot. Save is made. Rebound is there. And poked just wide by Mio, who came in. Ball was just kind of laying there and right near the goal line, and Mio just couldn't quite find it. Corner kick for the Jackets now. This is their 9th of the contest. Pyra will take it, near side flag. Bending a ball in now. Headed out. Pyra will play it right back in. Ball's up in the air now. Mio for the Yellow Jackets. Pyra. Alec Byra still on the ball with the right foot. Playing it in the middle. That one will be passed back now by Borman. And this one will go out of play now near side. I mean, .326 remain to be played here. Here's Jamison. Eklund. Eklund with the shot, and that one will go wide. Stick around. We'll have a brief post-game recap sponsored by Synovus Energy once we go final. Won't be a long one. Jackets with 8 goals up on the board. And approaching 50 shots for the game now as we're under 3 minutes remaining in this one. Tenth corner kick for UWS. Pyro will take it from the far side flag. Bending ball. Popped up in the air. Cleese will come over and he'll grab it. Cleese now giving it right back toward midfield. 2.5 now left in the regular season here. The Jackets, like I said, going to go to 14-6. Heading into the UMAC tournament. Here's Mio. Check it, it's Jamison. Jamison now coming in at an angle. Stood up by Lee. Now Colt making a defensive play for the Jackets, and he'll go all the way back. Eli Benson, 1:50 now left. Schmidt, playing it for Lutz. We just couldn't quite keep it in on the end line. It'll be a goal kick here coming up. 1:35 now left in this one. .120 now. As the clock ticking down, Lee's goal kick. Comes across midfield. Pyra will go all the way back now for Lockman. Now Eklund, as we go under a minute remaining here. Far side of the field, Fenmore Mio. And that one's out of play for a Yellow Jacket throw here. .25 seconds now left. And we'll have a whistle here. One more free kick coming up. By the way, fans, have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. As time expires, regular season is now concluded, and the Yellow Jackets win this game by the final score of 8-0 as we jump quickly into our post-game recaps, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. Synovus Energy, we energize the world to make people's lives better. Recapping the goals in this one, the Yellow Jackets getting 2 from Bryce Bolt, additional tallies from Joel Thomas, Alfie Hudd, Kyle Massingham, Jimmy Jamison, Jordan Altman, and also Freddie Watson to complete the scoring in this one. 5 of those 8 tallies coming in the first 45 minutes for the game. The Jackets outshooting the Knights 45-4, including 18-3 in shots on goal, a 10-1 margin in corner kicks for UWS. 18 fouls were called in the contest, 14 of them against the Yellow Jackets. In terms of goalkeeper saves, the Yellow Jackets, by the way, were called for 6 offside in the contest. 10 saves and taking the loss, Joshua Callis, while taking the win for the Yellow Jackets. One of the seniors that was honored at halftime today, Patrick Sessions. He made 2 stops. Luke Lockman in the second half made 1 stop for the Yellow Jackets as well. Yellow Jackets finishing out the regular season 14-6 overall, 12-0 in the UMAC, while Martin Luther concludes the campaign 0-16-1 overall and 0-12 in UMAC conference action. Up next for the Yellow Jackets, hosting the UMAC tournament semifinals here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium on Wednesday. For more information on that, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com and find out who the Yellow Jackets will be playing on that night here in Superior for semifinal action. A big thank you to my production engineer at Yellow Jacket TV, Bailey Nygaard. A big thank you also to all of our camera people and everybody who watched. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, no matter where you may be watching from, and we hope you'll join us again for more Yellow Jacket men's soccer coming up this Wednesday in the semifinal round of the UMAC Conference Tournament. So for Bailey and our entire crew here at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score. Regular season is done. Playoffs coming up for UWS. Your final score here in the regular season finale. UW Superior 8, Martin Luther nothing. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be talking again on Wednesday. This has been UWS Men's Soccer here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.